Quick bit of admin, guys, before we get started today. I was planning to get my next AFL rebuild out today, but unfortunately, due to a few technical problems, that's going to have to come out on Friday instead. And I'm going to let you guys know now, it will be the Melbourne Football Club. It was the most requested, but even if it wasn't the most requested, after the pile of crap that they just displayed over the weekend, they were going to be the next rebuild anyway. I'm sure you can understand that. So that video is going to be coming out on Friday. Thank you for being patient. Time to get into the prelim. Hello everybody, Cooper here and welcome. It's prelim final week and we're up against the Doggies who finished in second place on the ladder. We finished on top, but we shat the bed in the quarterfinal up against, I can't even remember who it was against. I think it might have been Hawthorn. But it's Port Adelaide Management Career Mode on AFL 26. I hope you're all doing very well. And there's a lot on the line today. Obviously, if we win, we're through to the granny. If not, it's time to trade a few people and work out how we can win a premiership next season. But also, we've got Jack Lukosius, who's sitting on 94 goals, I believe, coming into today. And the Doggies, Bontempelli hasn't signed a new contract yet in this universe, so this could potentially be his final game for the Bulldogs. And we're going to call tails on the toss. Coin goes up. We've won it. There's not any win to speak of here at the Mighty G, and we're going to kick to the left of screen. And we got a lot of big ins for today. Connor Rozee back into the side after a few weeks out. And I believe we have Ollie Wines back as well as Travis Boak. So a few changes from the last game. Good chase down on Timmy English by our rucks. That's holding the ball. Let's kick down the line from Jordan Sweet, looking for Matt Whitlock. Jack Whitlock. I was just looking at my watch list for my upcoming, whenever the off-season comes around, and Matt Whitlock is on my shortlist. That is a horrible kick. And it's back in the hands of Whitlock. Obviously, Matt Whitlock is a key defender. Jack Whitlock, the key forward. It's a long kick. I don't actually think it's got the legs. Lukosius takes the mark on the goal line. And for number 95 for the year, puts through the first of the prelim. Always good to get the first of a final. Really set a bit of momentum. The tackling has been really strong by us so far. Jordan Sweet, a big assignment in the ruck. Obviously has Jordan English on him. Jordan English? Tim English. I'm getting my names mixed up terribly today. Connor Rozee back into the side for today, as we mentioned. And Jones at fullback for the Dogs. Continues to handball. That is a very brave decision. Butters, Lukosius tried to just kick the goal himself, but he chose to be unselfish. Why did the Dogs handball? That was completely unnecessary. And now Connor Rozee getting a bit of the ball early. Kicking short this time. Can't find a target. Probably should have just gone longer. Garcia now to the Norm Smith medalist in Johannesson. Been a long time since Port Adelaide have won a premiership. Be 21 years this year. I think it'd be 9 years since the Dogs would have won a premiership. Ball's out the back. Back in the hands of Libba. Bramble kicking to full forward. Darcy's down there and he clunks it straight over the top of Zerk Thatcher to get his first of today. Puts it straight through the middle and Darcy ties the game. Great hit out to Rozee. Sweet. Just dishing the ball off. William Drew gets wrapped up straight away. We've got another ball up middle of the ground. Already 5 minutes gone in the first quarter. Really contested stuff by both teams so far. Sweet. Trying to give the ball up to Rozee. Can't find him. And Libba takes the mark over Burn Jones. Kicks forward. Looking for Darcy once again. Ball goes to ground. Handball over the top. Really well done. It's a high tackle. We don't take the advantage. Now Zerk Thatcher's going to look for a target. Trying to find Ollie Wines. Libba's in the space. He can't take the mark. And now Riley West. So the father sons of the Bulldogs combining early between Libba and West. Darcy. West puts the Doggies in front. Loose ball in the middle of the ground. Burgoyne trying to give it up to Rozee. Can't find him. Loose ball out wide. Burgoyne giving chase. Bontempelli's also there. Just a little kick forward by the skipper. Great tackle by the Burger King on McNeil. Burgoyne joins in. It's another ball up. So stoppage heavy game so far. Sweet can't take it out of the ruck once again. Connor Rozee gets wrapped up. We win the ball finally. Wines takes a mark in front of Jamara. We've got players streaming forward now. Wines sees Butters over the top. He's got a job to do. He takes the mark. He's had a good couple of weeks, Zach Butters, holding the captaincy in the absence of Connor Rozee, but that one is no good, unfortunately. First minus score between both teams today. Short little kick out of fullback. Been kicked straight to Joe Berry. Only gets a couple of disposals a game, but does pop up for a goal every now and then when we need him. And it's another miss, unfortunately, to Port Adelaide. So just a little bit wasteful in front of goal at the moment. Now Matt Kennedy in that back pocket. There's a player wide. It's Liam Bramble pushing up the wing. Kicks it straight to Ryan Burton. Let's kick long. Get close to goal. Joe Berry's down there again. And Bramble gets it back. Berry! He's everywhere today. Well, in these last couple of minutes anyway. And I think it's going to be another poor kick by Berry. Actually, yeah, it's out in the full. So a really poor start in front of goal by Port Adelaide so far. 2 behinds and an out in the full. Berry is responsible for 2 of them. And now Alir. There's a player short in the pocket. And it's Smokin' Joe Richards. Coming off the bench for his first disposal of the day. Puts it through. A little bit light on the kick, but Port have their second. Sweet out of the ruck. Finlayson into the game for the first time. Ball's out the back. Butters, quick kick forward, looking for Richards. Actually, it's Ed Richards and Joe Richards on that forward pocket there. Let's see if Berry can get to this one. It's another out in the full due to a rushed kick by Port Adelaide. And now we've got Libba at halfback, kicking down the line. Joe Richards again getting amongst it. Let's kick long. Lukosius and Jones, 1 out. And Lukosius takes it for 96. Puts it straight through the middle. Port have their third. In a relatively speaking, low-scoring first quarter. We've had a pretty high-scoring team over the course of the season, but only 3 goals in 15 minutes so far, when we've been known to kick, big bags of 5, 7, possibly even 8 goals at a time in a quarter. Finlayson back in the ruck with Timmy English. Good tackle by Boak. Drew, quick kick sideways. Anastopoulos trying to run onto it. Bailey Dale also amongst it. It's insufficient intent. Oh, this is chaos already. Burn Jones. Easy intercept, but drops the mark. Players running wide. We've got a boundary throw in. Great hit out by Finlayson. Can't find anybody though. Quick kick forward. Berry. It's actually Horn Francis who takes the mark. Let's go a little bit wider. Looking for Boak. Pushing forward. Libba, who's had his DNA all over this one today so far, has been really, really good. Horn Francis standing the mark. Now Aaron Norton had a big, big game in real life, actually just this last weekend. I think it was against Essendon. Kick 7. Boat kicking forward. Horn Francis has a bit of space. Comes back off the mark. Gives himself the best opportunity to find a target. Let's go long. Joe Berry sitting under it. Ball goes to ground. Rozee, quick kick forward, can't get boot to ball. Whitlock with the intercept, kicks it. Oh my God. Just panicking a little bit too much, guys, at this point in time. Although we are 8 points up, we could be a lot further up if it wasn't for just some blatant stupidity. Let's kick down the line now. Whitlock takes it. And I just saw in the top corner that Bailey Dale has a calf strain, probably not going to participate any further in the game. And he is one of the crucial keys for the Bulldogs at halfback. Whitlock gets his first, and it's a 14-point game. Back in the middle now, Port Adelaide working the ball forward. Butters, quick little kick over the top. Lukosius sees Rozee running over the top. And we got Berry kicking forward. Great unselfish play by Port, and we're now up by 20. Back-to-back goals for Port Adelaide. 20-point game, 20 minutes gone in the first. Bontempelli been pretty quiet so far, to be perfectly honest. Kane Farrell missed a bit of time earlier in the year with injury. but it's been really good since he came back. Anastopoulos hasn't sniffed it today. Ball goes to ground. Libba once again getting amongst it. Bramble kicking the ball forward. Jamara takes it. He's going to go around the body for his first disposal of the day. A lot of speculation around him. Whether he stays, whether he goes. He puts through his first and the Bulldogs have 3. Another inside 50 for the Dogs. And this time it's Darcy, who's been absolutely incredible all year. I think he's actually in the top 10 for the Coleman. Haven't really taken that much notice of him, but I had a quick look at the stats before the game started, and he has had a really good year. He puts through his second, and it's back to an 8-point game when we're up by as much as 20 in the first quarter. Finlayson, we probably need to get Jordan Sweet back into the ruck in the second quarter. Now we've got Cody Waitman at half forward, kicking down the line. And it's Bontempelli's popped up. So 3 quick opportunities at goal before quarter time for the Bulldogs. And all of a sudden it's under a goal. We're just really struggling in the middle of the ground right now. The Dogs are just all over it. Quick handball forward. We've got players running. Boak. Are we going to keep him for next season? Rozee takes the mark. Having a bit of a spell. I think Boak, this is game 389 for him. Connor Rozee, on return from injury, puts his first through of the day. And I know that I said earlier in the quarter that it was fairly low scoring, and since then it's just been goal for goal from both teams. Jackson Mead, father-son, Willem Drew over the top. And a 25-minute first quarter ends with 11 goals scored between both teams. The Bulldogs have been really, really good with possession. We're probably handballing a little bit more than they are. We've had more inside 50s, but just been a little bit wasteful, to be perfectly honest. They've absolutely dominated in the ruck, although we have won more clearances. 12 hitouts to 6. Lukosius doing very well. Darcy doing very well. Libba, 15 touches in the first quarter, is absolutely crushing it. Jordan Sweet back in the ruck. Libba still standing by himself. Boak playing quite a loose role on him. We get an easy hit out straight away. Ollie Wines, Libba with the tackle. What a play. What a play. And now the Dogs working their way up the field. Waitman. Inside forward 50 chooses to play on. And Garcia has the mark out the back. Not that far out on goal. Riley Garcia going to be going around the body to kick the Doggies 6th and get it back to a 2-point game. He kicks it. Definitely winning a few more hitouts here now that Jordan Sweet is back in the ruck. Ball goes to ground. Rozee getting a couple of quick disposals to start the quarter. Now that he's back in the middle, but Cody Waitman pushing forward. Kane Farrell takes the mark in front of Jamara. Down the line now, big fly from behind. The Dogs do well, but it's actually only going to end up in the hands of Ryan Burton. We got Jackson Mead over the top. That's exactly where he goes. Jace Burgoyne been quiet today. The kick is not to his advantage. It's actually quite poor, but it's okay. Works out. We intercept up the other end by the Burger King. Down the line now. Jack Whitlock's down there. Ball's out the back. Berry. Quick little ball. Joe Richards over the top. If it can just dribble through, that would be exceptional. It can't. Ball's still alive. It's on the goal line. It's still in. Horn Francis, kick the goal. It's a ball up in the goal square. Actually going to take it a little bit further out of the goal square. Jordan Sweet, quick kick on goal. Well, that was dreadful. Okay, let's continue up the field. The Dogs looking for Norton. Only finds Alir. Been pretty quiet so far today, which, to be perfectly honest, probably means the ball's going over his head. Liam Jones getting a fair workout at fullback so far in the game. Very brave kick. Horn Francis running into an open goal. Puts through his first. We've been very lucky to have 2 goals like that where we just run into an open goal, or as I like to call it, the Josh Jenkins special, where he just gets that little ball over the top and gets the little cheap one. He was good for those for maybe 10 goals a season. He was good for those. Burgoyne, quick kick forward. That's not 15. Probably should have kicked it a little bit further. Handball over the top. We might get another one here, although it's over the top. That's actually our free kick. We'll take it. Joe Richards popping up for goals left, right, and centre. And he's got his second now. Back out to a double-digit game. Feeling a little bit more comfortable here with a bit more of a lead. Ball is loose in the middle of the ground. Although we just give it up straight to Rory Lobb. Ryan Burton takes a really nice contested mark. Now we've got a few options on. Actually, there's quite a heavy cluster in the middle of the ground. So let's go a bit further forward. Horne-Francis can't take the mark. He's currently sitting on Liam Jones. Rozee with the handball forward. Getting quite a lot of handballs so far in this one, Connor Rozee. Probably more known for his kicking. Horne-Francis once again takes it this time. Lining up for his second. It's a poor kick, unfortunately. 15-point game. Nothing to really complain about at this point in time. Although we could probably put a bit of a tag on Libba. Is that something we need to consider? He hasn't been as effective in this quarter, so we'll just see how the rest of it plays out. Ollie Wines takes the intercept mark. Let's kick short. It's in the hands of Jackson Mead. We could go for goal. We're probably a little far out. Although it says he's in range. We'll just see what happens. Willem Drew is the target. It's a poor kick, unfortunately. He was out the back by himself, but it just didn't work out. Bailey Williams in the back pocket. Darcy Byrne-Jones running onto it. Can't intercept. And now we're in a little bit of trouble here. The Dogs are just streaming forward. Why didn't they go short? Doesn't matter in the end because it's in the hands of Jamara. Already has one to his name. Going to be potentially looking at a second here. And makes no mistake. Loose ball forward. We've got Drew running onto it. Connor Rozee, long ball over the top. Horne-Francis has a bit to do, but he takes it. I don't know why I didn't think it was Willem Drew. It clearly was. If we can just sneak this one just inside the right goalpost, we should be okay, and we are. Horne-Francis has his second, and it's back to 15. Bulldogs reply very quickly with a forward entry. We've put Finlayson at fullback just to sort of switch things up a little bit. Because Zerk Thatcher has been utterly beaten so far by both Darcy and Aaron Norton and Jamara. There's just been a lot of really good Dogs forwards that have been doing well today. Georgiadis, he's been a missing guy for the last 2 weeks. Kick short to, well, Jordan Sweet. And we've got a ball over the top, and that's exactly where we're going to go. We're going to go in the Whitlock direction. Not having a bad game by any means, but certainly not having his best. But lining up for number 2. Starts it on the middle of the goal, swinging to the left. He's got it, and it's a 21-point game. Biggest lead of the game. Jace Burgoyne, quick kick forward. Lukosius was just unmanned. What happened to Lukosius? Nobody was on him. And for 97, I don't know if he's got the legs. I think I put this kick a little bit too short. It's actually okay in the end. Loose ball, middle of the ground. Burgoyne and Sanders going one-on-one. Berry, that's a high tackle. Berry's over the top. He's still over the top. If we can find him. Joseph takes the mark. Not the best set shot at the club. He's really had his struggles in front of goal at times, but he's got a lot of potential, but this time he misses. 28-point game, though. We're in a good position. 16 minutes gone into the second quarter. And we got Jamara pushing up the ground, providing a bit of work off of halfback for the Dogs. Cody Waitman down the line. Ryan Burton once again takes a nice contested mark in front of Joel Frazier. Anastopoulos and Sanders. Sanders wins out. Really well done by the big socked individual. And now we got Ryan Burton once again at halfback. Looking for Connor Rozee. Takes the mark. We got players streaming forward left and right. And Georgiadis takes the mark. Just the 4 disposals for him today. No goals just yet. And to get it above a 5-goal lead. Puts it through. 34-point game. 20 minutes gone in the second quarter. And we're just working the ball up the wing very nicely here off of half-back. We got Burgoyne, who admittedly has been pretty quiet today. Georgiadis takes the nice mark. Has an opportunity to go back for a second here. Although, guess who? It's Joe Richards popping up. I know Georgiadis probably could have kicked the goal himself. But Joe Richards lining up for a third. has been really good off of a wing and half forward today. He puts it through, and it's a 40-point lead in the first half of the prelim. Libba wins a free kick at half back, finds Jamara, pushing forward, Finlayson sitting under it, and the Bont, who's matched up on Connor Rozee, just too big and strong for him. Lining up for a second. Only the 8 disposals so far make that 9. He's got his second goal, and the Dogs have kicked 9 straight in the first half. But they're not done yet, the Dogs. They're just working the ball forward once again. This is how they finished in the first quarter. Short little ball at the feet of Darcy, but the agile big man puts through his third. It's okay, we win the next hit out. Connor Rozee kicks down the line, doesn't actually go anywhere because it's not his ball, but he's going to mark this one instead. Already up to 17 disposals in the first half on his return. Make that 18 and 2 goals. He's giving Libba a run for his money. Quick 1-2 with Ollie Wines and Butters, I think it was, in the middle. I was going to say Georgiadis, but he is most certainly not playing in the middle of the ground. Can we get one more before half-time? And it might come from the most unlikely of sources. That of Alir. I don't know if he's even kicked a goal this year, but he has now. And it's come at the most bizarre time. At almost half-time of the preliminary final. And it's back to a 40-point lead. Quick kick forward by Ollie Wines. Quarter is still not done. It's done now, though. 9-goal quarter for us that time around. 4 goals to the Dogs. Highest lead of the game was 40 points. We got there a couple of times, and that's where it's at now. If we look at the match stats, we absolutely dominated possession that quarter. Did a really good job. Got a ton of inside 50s. We're starting to come back a little bit in the ruck, but it's still not absolutely perfect. Darcy's got 3. Richards, Lukosius, Rozee, all multiple goal kickers. Even Horn Francis as well. Libba not as damaging that quarter, but Connor Rozee, I think he had 14 disposals that quarter and got a couple of goals to his name as well. What a superstar he has been for us this season. Probably the Brownlow medalist, but we're not done yet. We got to finish the second half strong, and then we can book our name through to the grand final where Hawthorn are waiting for us. And after a nice little break at half-time, Jordan Sweet back in the mix. Libba gets the first clearance for the Dogs. And guess who? It's Sam Darcy. He's had 3 marks so far, 3 disposals and 3 goals. Lining up for a 4th. To get the second half start that the Bulldogs would have wanted. It's a perfect start for the Dogs. But this time in the middle, we win it. Jackson Mead can't get boot to ball. Good tackling by the Bulldogs. Now Cody Waitman pushing forward once again. And this time it's... How has Riley Garcia marked that? To cut it back down to under 5. The Doggies cannot miss today. 11 straight. Okay, that was strange. I'm going to have to, show that. I don't know how that's going to work in editing. But there was back-to-back pushing the back free kicks, which is quite funny. And now Lukosius takes the mark in the pocket. I'm trying to think where we're up to on the goals. I believe this is for number 98. Yes, number 98. Let's see how he goes. That is perfection. Hundreds up for Port. And Lukosius is 2 goals away. It's another free kick to Port in the middle of the ground. Lukosius over the back. Takes it for number 99. And we're only not even... the third quarter has just started. But number 99 is within sight. And it's a poor kick, unfortunately. It's another behind. Maybe a little bit of nerves from Lukosius. Waitman has actually had quite a good game today. He set up quite a few Bulldogs goals. That's what I was trying to say. Anastopoulos just drops it. Alir. Quick kick to Rozee. Just a little bit of a panicked kick. Butters gets shoved by Libba. Libba just, he's been the Dogs' best so far today. Although Sam Darcy has been very, very good as well. Whitlock on Jones. Takes the mark. We got players over the back. That's where we go. And it's Georgiadis this time that takes it. He did give up a goal to, I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Joe Richards earlier on. Libba's just, just run right across the front of him while he's walking into goal. It won't matter. Georgiadis gets his second. It's another push in the back to Connor Rozee. He possibly is within range. Let's go down the line. Whitlock takes it. Gonna go around the body with this one. We just got to swing it back. He does beautifully. He's got 3, and it's a 47-point lead. Libba pushing forward once again for the Dogs. Waitman, long ball. And Finlayson just pushing back in the nick of time. Just kicks it down the line. Nobody's there. Somehow Jordan Sweet gets to it. Was probably fortunate that he was matched up on Cody Waitman. And Bontempelli intercepts the ball. He was looking for Connor Rozee, but just couldn't hang on to it. And Riley Sanders pushing forward, takes the mark. Just the 3 disposals for him today. 10 minutes gone in the third. The Doggies still yet to miss, and he does not change that. Ball up center wing. Sweet can't win it out the ruck. Definitely been a lot better since his effort in the first quarter. Waitman pushing forward, trying to find Timmy English, gets him. Burgoyne, good spoil from behind. Can't stop the goal though. Rozee quick dab forward, trying to find Butters. The 2-9 set up on each other. And coincidentally, Zach Butters only the 9 disposals for today. And I don't think he's kicked a goal here either. It's offline. I don't even think it's made the journey, and it hasn't. Jones, really good job on the goal line. Finds Karmas. Now Rory Lobb. Bit of work to do here. 35 points down. Yes, 35 points down for the Dogs. And they're just working the ball up the ground very, very nicely here, actually. And now Willem Drew, after all that good work by the Bulldogs, just intercepts that one a little bit too easily for their liking. Finlayson has a few to deal with, and Taylor Duray intercepts. Rozee pushing forward, gives it to Georgiadis. Brave choice, if I'm being perfectly honest. May even get it back. Finlayson, long ball. It's a mark on the goal line to Butters. And this one is an almost guaranteed goal. Puts it into the upper tier. And it's back over 40 points. Inside 50 by Boak. Whitlock trying to take the mark. Liam Jones been one of the Bulldogs' best today. Finlayson and Karmas. Karmas does well. Down the line now. Ed Richards getting amongst it. Actually, it wasn't Ed Richards, it was Bramble. Now it's with Johannesson. Now Ryan Gardner down the line. We've got a bit to do. We get the fist to the ball, which is good. Quick kick forward by Zerk Thatcher. Not sure who he was kicking to, but it ends up in the hands of Burgoyne. Down the line. Berry and Duray. Big fly. Well done, Duray. Couldn't take the mark, but did a really good job bringing the ball to ground, and Connor Rozee actually intercepts. Jordan Sweet and English. Down the line. Cartwell does a good job. Brings it to ground. Barry tried to get the handball over the top. Where's Burgoyne going? He's ran away from the contest. Burton thankfully intercepts the ball. Kicks a bit more centrally. Finlayson takes the mark. Richards has a bit of space wide. We can't get it to him. Although he just gets tackled. Wrapped up by Bramble. Quick kick inside. And Berry takes the mark in front of Duray. Makes no mistake with this one. Easy kick. Back out to 47. We already have 20 goals on the game. And the Dogs, their premiership hopes are fading with every goal we kick. Libba, after an exceptional first quarter, hasn't really done a great deal with it in the second half. And Cody Waitman outmarks Zerk Thatcher. I'm not really sure how that happened. 11 marks for him today. Wow, I didn't think he had that many. 7 of them contested. And they finally miss in front of goal. And it was actually one of the easiest kicks that they have had all game. Joe Berry with the contested mark. That's weird to actually just say, but because I don't think he's taken a contested mark all series. Butters working the ball forward. Now looking for Jordan Sweet. And that is just 3 kicks down the line. Perfectly executed. Makes no mistake. And it's a 52-point lead. Just loose handballs at half back by us, actually half forward. Just being a little bit wasteful, just sort of handballing a little bit too much. That's an interesting kick. Ball goes to ground, brought down by Burton. Boak is there, can't get to Matt Kennedy in time. Do the Dogs have one last bullet in the chamber before three-quarter time? Don't think they do. Down the line, Horne-Francis hasn't seen a lot of it today. Although he has kicked a few goals. I think that's Connor Rozee in the pocket by himself. Not going to matter because the siren goes. 6 goals to 4 that quarter. Still a 52-point game. Doing very, very nicely. Dogs had a bit more possession that time around. Lukosius and Darcy have 4 apiece. Libba has 32. Connor Rozee has 40 on his return from injury. Just quite the game so far. Was really close to begin with. But it has been 15 goals to 8 since quarter time. We've got one last quarter to go before we reach our grand final. We just need to maintain our solid play that we've done throughout this entire game. Let's finish the job. And we've done the safe thing and subbed out Connor Rozee just in case we make the grand final. I don't want him to get any injuries. We're 52 points up at this point in time. And we would have to do a Melbourne to really, really stuff it up from here, which I think we won't. But crazier things have happened. Ollie Wines takes the mark at half back. And I should say that Will Lawrence is the one who actually got subbed in. And here he is, can't take the mark on Gardner. Doggy's pushing forward. Great hands by the Bont. It's been a staple of his game today. And now Liam McNeil plays on, kicks it short. Really bizarre choice because he probably should have just gone back and kicked the goal himself. But instead they turn it over and we're working the ball up the wing now. We got Butters, we got Horne-Francis, and I always keep forgetting his name. I don't know. I've forgotten his name again. Doesn't matter. Lukosius. Willem Drews, who I was thinking of, takes the mark. Is this going to be 99? It will be 99. Puts it through. Is he going to bring the 100 up today? Or is it going to be on grand final day? Meanwhile, Joe Richards gets tripped up in front of goal. And he's going to have a shot for number 4 as well. Although I think he may have missed this depending on. No, he's okay. He's kicked it. So surprise packet, Joe Richards has popped up and kicked 4. Not something I had on my bingo card for today. I did have Jack Lukosius possibly kicking 100 goals and Connor Rozee returning from injury and dominating. But I did not have Joe Richards kicking 4 goals in a prelim final against the Bulldogs. That is quite funny. Anyway, the Doggies push forward now. And Riley Garcia takes the mark at half forward. And the Bont pushing forward once again. Just too big and strong for Will Lawrence. Lining up for a third. He's been really good today. Bontempelli low-key in what could be his last game for the Bulldogs. As we know, in real life, he has signed a new contract. And I should say that regardless of what happens in the finals, whether we win, whether we lose, whatever the case may be, our off-season, I'm going to pretend that real-life contracts and whatnot have not happened. So, the likes of, obviously players we've already signed doesn't really apply to them. But if the likes of, somebody else gets moved, I'm just trying to think of an example of someone that's recently signed a contract. Like Bontempelli is a perfect example. If he then goes and signs with, probably not us, like I'm not going to sign Bontempelli, but somebody else, we're obviously going to treat that as its own thing because I can't edit the contracts of other teams, essentially. As Travis Boak kicks a nice goal. Very nicely done, good sir. I'm still going to try and keep it in the principle of the framework that I outlined at the start of the series, so I'm not going to go absolutely bonkers in free agency and sign, like, everybody. I'm not going to sign Nick Dacos. I'm not going to sign Patrick Cripps. I'm not going to do all of that. I'm still going to keep it, like, relatively in the framework of something Port Adelaide might want to do under my leadership, obviously. But we'll just see how it all plays out, because I've got a short list. Obviously, I did say that Matt Whitlock was on it, just because he's related to Jack Whitlock. It's his twin. Ollie Wines takes a nice mark. Let's pass this one off. Let's go down the line. Lawrence, the sub, can't take the mark. I know Lukosius is down there. We probably should be focusing on him because he's currently on 99 goals. Finlayson takes a nice mark. Accidentally kicking a little bit sideways, but it's okay. Ryan Burton clunks it. And he's kicked backwards. What is happening? Sam Darcy's just going to run onto it. Where's my defender? Oh, he's all the way over there. Darcy runs into an open goal. Oh, jeez, he's got 5. I'm not really concentrating at this point. And the Bont takes another mark inside 50. Will Lawrence, since he's been brought in for Connor Rozee, he's been absolutely dominated by Bontempelli. Understandably, there is a class difference between those two players. But Bont's got 4. But I do hope Bontempelli does re-sign with the Western Bulldogs. So obviously see what happens. As a lot crazier things have happened. Lawrence just gets bodied by Bontempelli once again. He's already pushing forward for another one. He wants 5. And Liam McNeil this time takes it. Just past the 11-minute mark. Or Lachlan McNeil. I don't know why I said Liam McNeil. Going to be looking for his first of the day. The Doggies now bring up the 100. 17-1 plays 24-5. Butters has the ball at half forward. We got players long. We got players strong. Ollie Wines is down there with Matt Kennedy. Brought his bad old bones down there. Georgiadis, just a dumb handball. I'm not really sure what the point of that was. There's one more over the top. Burgoyne, quick. I was aiming for the goals, but it's actually going to work out okay. Whitlock, let's go around the body again. He kicked one like this earlier. Let's see if he can do it again. And I don't know if he snuck that in. I don't think he has. The Bont at centre wing now. Down the line. It's actually quite a poor kick. We've just set up a few players in the middle of the ground here. Finlayson working the ball forward. Players over the top. Richards still there. Running into goal for number 5. What a game he has had. If it wasn't for Connor Rozee or Jack Lukosius, or even Bontempelli, he would have to be my best on ground. Horn Francis just gets wrapped up, can't get rid of it. John Sweet now, he's been basically, he's been pretty well handled by Tim English, has to be said. English pushing forward. Zerk Thatcher takes it's a rush behind on the goal line, actually. Jace Burgoyne down the line. Georgiadis takes the mark, does a nice job. We got a player wide. It's Joe Berry. Actually, we've got a few players wide. Butters gets it again. Kicking over the top. Berry and Fraser. Berry can't take it. Handball inside. Handball over the top. Berry can't do it. Quick kick. Georgiadis. It is chaos footy at this point in time. 17 minutes gone. 58-point lead. We have been so good today, proving why we've been one of the best teams in the competition all year long. Richards, another forward entry. This time it's in the hands of Burgoyne. Just the 12 disposals for him today. No goals. Been playing a bit more on a wing and half forward than in the midfield that he has the last couple of weeks with the absence of Connor Rozee. But puts one through. And it's officially a 10-goal lead. 27-6, 168. Play 17-2, 104. Bontempelli is not done yet. Zerk Thatcher hasn't had his best game today. The Bulldogs key forwards have all been really, really good today. Great mark by Butters at halfback. But there have been it's not been a good day for key defenders. Joe Richards one-on-one. Ball's over the back. Quick kick. It's in the hands of Burgoyne. He probably could have let it go, but did risk it being touched by a Bulldogs player. He's got his second, and it's a 70-point lead in the prelim. Oh my God, Ollie Wines is just down a hammy. And there's like 2 minutes to go. Cody Waitman kicks one for the Dogs. But Ollie Wines has injured his hamstring and is probably going to be out for the grand final. This is big news. Okay. I'm going to put Jack Lukosius back into the game. I know we did take him out for a little bit just to give him a bit of a rest because I was a little bit worried that he was going to get injured. and I didn't want to risk it. I'm aware he has 99 goals, but I'm going to save it if I can, unless he gets an opportunity to kick one today for Grand Final day. I know that's a little bit selfish of me, but I wanted today to be all about Port Adelaide making the Grand Final. Yeah, almost, I mean, what was it, 18 years since they got belted by Geelong? Anyway, Burgoyne in the middle of the ground. Can't take the mark. Gets brought down by Matt Kennedy. Didn't have the legs to run away. Now Johannesson takes a mark in front of Finlayson. And Zerk Thatcher. Can we get Lukosius one more? Georgiadis needs to take a mark here. He can't. It's a long ball by Bogue. He gets wrapped up. Okay, now I do want to get Lukosius his 100. Just because English is going to take a mark here and probably kick a goal. Have I done Lukosius dirty? You know what? I probably have. But hopefully it won't matter too much. Because we're going to get a full 4 quarters next week to play against Hawthorn to kick his 100. English gets one back for the Bulldogs. Jordan Sweet in the ruck again. Has been absolutely towed up by Timmy English. Horn Francis with the tackle. It's a ball up. He's been long quarters. There's been a lot of goals kicked today. Almost 50 goals combined. Not quite though. English gets wrapped up. Oh, sorry. Sweet gets wrapped up by English. And this time it's a mark by the Burger King. Down the line. Have we got time? We got players running forward. Siren goes. Lukosius is going to be on 99 goals. Leading in to the 2025 AFL Grand Final. The Western Bulldogs put up a bit of a fight in the final quarter, actually. 7 goals to 6. But it is a, what's the margin there? 58-point win by Port Adelaide in the end. It was out to as much as 70, I believe, at one point. But a really high disposal game. Darcy, Lukosius, Joe Richards, all kick 5. Bontempelli 4, Georgiadis 3, Whitlock 3, Rozee 2 in his return. Horn Francis got 2 as well. Joe Berry and Burgoyne, really good contributors. Connor Rozee had 30 disposals in 3 quarters. Liberatore, 42 disposals. Really, really solid. Probably one of the best on ground, I have to say. Butters was good. Was quiet early, but sort of came into his own. Joe Richards, though, 12 disposals, 5 goals. What a performance by him. Completely unexpected. Any other really good contributors? Not that I can see. Who led the fantasy? I dare say it'll either be Bontempelli or Liver. It's Bontempelli by 1. Matt Kennedy not far behind either. Connor Rozee led it for Port. Let's sing the song and let's get into the final. And the BOG is actually Bontempelli, not Liberatore, which is quite funny. Connor Rozee gets the 1 vote on the game. But Bontempelli, 23 disposals and 4 goals. Beats out Libber's 42 disposals. Connor Rozee was very, very good. No love for Joe Richards, which I'm a little bit sad about. But an exceptional performance. No objectives covered today. We didn't actually really, talk about objectives. But we're through to the grand final. That is the main thing that we achieved today. And Ollie Wines is going to miss the grand final 2 to 3 weeks with a hamstring strain. That is very, very disappointing. We're going to stick to the original schedule. We're going to simulate our AFLW game, I should say. We belt the absolute crap out of the Eagles. Matilda Schultz kicks 3, Gemma Houghton 2. Sorry, that's the votes, not the goals. Emily Elkington with one vote. Matilda Schultz, 38 disposals, was really good. Tahau, Houghton, Window are the goal kickers. How did we go in front of goal? We were pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Houghton has said 4 goals. Window, 3 goals, 1. Our goal kicking was much improved. over some of the other games that we have had so far this year, but Matilda Schultz, 38 disposals, was fantastic. Quick squad selection for our next AFLW game. I know that Ange Foley is injured, so we've got to bring in another key defender. Let's go with Tegan Jermich. I believe that's how you would say that name. And I do know that one of our key players is back from injury. It is Shania Goody. She is going to come into the midfield. Where is she going to fit? I think she will go on the wing. That makes the most sense. Any other moves that we need to make at this stage? I don't believe so. And we're going to be taking on the Bombers actually at the Essendon Recreation Reserve. We are currently second on the ladder. If we have a quick scout, the Bombers, that is the wrong ladder. I know the Bombers are first. They are 4 wins and a draw. We are 4 wins and 1 loss, although our percentage is superior. So let's see how we go in this game. We beat the Bombers by 13 points, do a fantastic job. Shanae Goody has 31 disposals on her return. We kick a few goals. Actually, our goal kicking load was very, very spread out compared to the Bombers. But we do a very, very nice job. Nobody was terribly inaccurate, which was nice. But a fantastic performance by us. We go top of the ladder. And as we can see, Hawthorn are waiting for us in the grand final. Lukosius on 99 goals for the year. He's just sitting there very patiently, waiting for his opportunity to kick his 100th goal. I think we'll save the squad selection for the start of the next video, but I do want to have a quick look at the statistics just for us at the end of the prelim final rounds. Obviously, Lukosius, I think he's only missed the 1 game through injury, ended up with 99, or has 99 goals in this year so far. Whitlock, a fantastic debut season, has 71 goals. Connor Rozee on his return from injury, not far behind actually on 68, but also has 500 plus disposals, almost 550 disposals. Georgiadis, 53 goals. Butters kicked a surprising amount of goals this year. Has been really, really good. Anastopoulos, Burgoyne, Berry, Finlayson, Cochrane, Horne-Francis all kicked 20 plus goals. Ollie Wines, unfortunately, not going to cross the threshold for him today or for the season. He has only kicked the 19. But Joe Richards, 5 goals in the prelim, had kicked 6 goals for the rest of the season coming up to this point. But very, very interesting. Obviously, we get further down the list. Is there anybody who hasn't kicked a goal so far this year? I know that Josh Sin hasn't and Josh Lay hasn't, but they've only played 6 games and 3 games respectively. So everybody that's played a decent amount has actually kicked a goal this year, which is honestly quite an achievement, to be perfectly honest. I'm low-key quite pleased with that. But squad selection, we'll cover that obviously at the start of the next video, which will be the AFL Grand Final. That'll come out sometime next week. As I said at the start of today's video, the Melbourne rebuild will come out on Friday. So I'm planning to release this on the Wednesday, which is the day I'm recording it. So that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching up until this point. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you next time in the AFL Grand Final. Bye.